Vash, good to connect with you. So I'm Prathamesh Sardeshmukh from VIT Pune. So I belong to instrumentation basically, but I'm strongly working in data science, machine learning, and robotic stuff. Also, currently we are enrolled in building some real-time applications with Niranjan. Uh, he is my friend from childhood, so we are doing this stuff. That's it. So we'll try our best to give this workshop to you. Thank you. Hello guys. So this was all about the theory part of Arduino. I mean, what is the circuit and what are the digital pins input output. So basically, this is a microcontroller. You need to teach this microcontroller, right? So now you need to give this, give the instructions, give the commands to this microcontroller. For example, during summers, if you want to turn on your fan automatically, when your room temperature gets rises, so you need to give the instructions to the Arduino that if temperature rises above particular threshold, switch on my fan. So keep this scenario in your mind and we'll explain on this basis. So let me share my screen. Ranjan, please stop your screen.
Yes. Oh, okay, Prathamesh, just a minute. Before starting, uh, was the basics part boring? Any one of you? Because that's the main part. Means without knowing that part, you cannot go for the coding part. Suppose you give directly means a 24-volt to your Arduino, so you will be damaging the Arduino. Knowing that part is very important. So the working of the Arduino is very important. So I took a long time for that. Was it boring? Any one of you?
No, no.
No, it's not.
Okay, fine, great. Prathamesh, continue. Sorry.
Hello. So my screen is sharing, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So this is the basic example of LED blinking. So let me explain how to code this idea. This is a software designed by Arduino themselves, and we can write code over here. So there are two basic functions: void setup and void loop. So let me open a new window. So by default, they give these two functions, void setup and void loop. So what are these two functions? So void setup is nothing but you introduce your variables, your sensors to this setup, and void loop, in this loop function, you have to write your main code. The loop means you have to run your code for long time or for infinite times, then you can code over here. In void setup, you have to set up the pins. Means you have to tell that Arduino board that this is my input pin, this is my output pin. All these things you have to do in void setup. So here I have set up an 13 number pin of Arduino board as an output, right? And in loop, I have firstly turn on this pin high, and after a delay of 1000 seconds, I have turn this low, and this iterates over this loop. Now I'll upload this code into the board. Just 1 second.
It's 1000 milliseconds and
Yeah,
not seconds.
sorry, 1000 milliseconds. So the code is loading.
You can see at the bottom the black part. So it's basically means it gives you the information about how the code is uploading to your Arduino, or is there any means error in the Arduino, or you can just simply you can see it over there.
Yeah, you can see if any error occurs. Basically, this is a C or C++ programming language. So they have given some ready-made functions. Actually, the chip Niranjan told at Mega 360. So this is coded in assembly level programming language. That is quite difficult to code. There is no user interface as such. How this looks, you have to code it manually. So this is more user friendly than assembly level programming language. So this is the basic working.
You all can see the output on the other screen, which Ms. Prathamesh Sardeshmukh has joined with another device. So that screen is shared over there. So you can just pin that screen on your Google Meet.
Yeah. So here, after plugging the USB into the laptop or the computer, you have to select the port. I mean, which port your board is connected. After selecting, you can upload this code from here. You can compile from here. So let me go to another example.
Just a minute, Prathamesh. So as that Prathamesh has explained you the code, just open the code, Prathamesh. Blink code. Okay, fine. So you can see the digital write 13 and high. So what it says that write pin number 13 as 1 means give it a signal of 5 volt. So this all has a different code at the back. There is a .h file which consists all those code, and that code is understood by your microcontroller. So this is what I was telling you at the time of the clock speed. So instead of that 13, you can write that LED underscore built-in, all caps. So that can also make your LED high. Okay.
Basically, you have to mention a pin number over here. This is a
pin number
syntax.
Everybody just comment in the chat box that have you all seen the output or not, or is there any problem in the output?
Okay, so should I switch to another example?
Yes, continue.
Okay. So this is the code of servo motor. So this Arduino software has inbuilt servo motor library. Niranjan explained this file. So we have to initialize servo motor over here, same as we have done for LED, and we have used for loop so that motor can run for the threshold that you have given. Let me upload this code. So I've connected the servo motor to 0th pin from bottom. So this was the working, and now
Prathamesh, the output is not seen in your the parallel device. Yes, now it's visible.
Okay.
Run the code again.
Yeah.
Just someone comment in the chat box that is it visible? Okay, fine. So in the code you can see that dot attach function is used in void setup, so that my servo dot attach at 0. So what is that 0? He has connected the servo pin. The servo motor has one 5 volt pin, one ground pin, and the other is the signal pin. So that signal, yes. So that signal pin is connected to your servo pin number 0 of your digital pin, and the 5 volt and ground are connected to the 5 volt and ground respectively. So we are telling our controller that my servo dot attach. My servo is a variable. The coding part we will take in the next workshop. means in detail. So just now keep in mind that my servo is a means is a object of the class servo. So my servo dot attach of 0. So that 0 is nothing but uh, we are telling the microcontroller that you have to send the signal to the servo motor from pin number 0. So next he has written a for loop. For loop is just to run the code in a loop for. So he has rotated the motor for 180 degrees and then again to 0 degrees. So it is rotating in steps. So with the step means at the first step it rotates by 1 degree. Then the next step it again rotates by 1 degree, but there is a delay of 15 milliseconds in between, and similar from 180 to 0. So this was the explanation of the code. Don't worry if you don't understand everything right now. We will be explaining you everything in the next workshop, because if we start explaining the code right from the beginning, then it becomes the workshop will be too long. So next we have a code over here. We have clubbed the servo motor and the LED blinking at the same time. So what the code will do, at the start uh, the servo motor will be at position 0 and the LED will be off. So when the servo will rotate with the angle, suppose means 90 degree, then the LED will be on, and again when it is means when it comes to 0 degree, then the LED will be off. So this is the code. We have clubbed this code together.
So here, as I told, we have initialized pin 13 for LED and pin 0 for servo, and then
this is same that you have seen in the last two codes.
We have clubbed these two codes. So what to do in this loop now? So when the system runs, initially turn off the LED and set that angle of servo motor to 0 degrees, and afterwards run this for loop, for which the first step is turn on the LED, take a pause of 100 milliseconds, and then turn off the LED, and then again pause of 100 seconds, then turn on the servo motor for 90 degrees and pause of 100 seconds, and then again to minus 90 degrees. So I'll upload this code.
Have a look at the screen. This is interesting.
So it starts.
I think Prathamesh, it is means the screen has lag. Yes, now it's visible.
So according to this loop, it runs. Let me make this 2000 milliseconds. So now it will run quite slow.
So this is a bit faster.
Yeah.
So, you can just change the delay and you can see different outputs.
That's it. This was the code we have done. I mean, code you can get easily online, but you should understand actually where to copy and paste, what parts where to paste. So code you can get, but you should be very clear with the logic. That's more important, what we understood.
Yes, these codes you can readily get on any of the website, but whenever you come come across some custom made application, So in that case, you need to build your own logic, and then you need to code each and every line independently. So you don't get that code from any of the websites. So these codes were inbuilt, given by the Arduino IDE itself. So we just made some changes in it, and then you have Miss and we presented it to you. So just a minute, I will just conclude the session with my presentation. We will take the doubt session in the last 15 to 20 minutes. Just a second, we will clear all the doubts. So is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So the Arduino programming can be done in the Arduino IDE. So Arduino IDE is special software running on your system that allows you to write sketches for different Arduino boards. The Arduino programming language is based on a very simple hardware programming language called processing, which is similar to the C language. So the backend is written in the C language only, but they call that programming as the processing. After the sketch is written in the Arduino IDE, it should be uploaded on the Arduino board for execution. So these demos we have currently given you. So some applications of Arduino are like robotics, automation. So in robotics, you can means easily control the motors in the. Suppose you are making a robo car, so you can easily attach a robot wheel, a motor, then ultrasonic sensor, IR sensor, but you cannot interface camera with Arduino. So there are some different boards with which you can do with it, like Raspberry Pi, and there is a ESPi, ESPi32 cam all. Then automation part. So for automation part, you need a different Wi-Fi module, uh, or you can work with the help of Bluetooth module too. But if you want to store your data on cloud, so Wi-Fi module is mostly preferred in that case, because it is capable of communicating with internet. So we can store the data on cloud itself. So that comes in the IoT part, Internet of Things part. So automation and IoT are linked together. So you can use Arduino with it. But there is a different board and a bit powerful board called ESP8266. Sorry, Node MCU. And then this board is similar to your Arduino. But only the thing is that board has an inbuilt Wi-Fi chip, and it has only one analog pin. And in Arduino, you have 6 analog pins, and you have only sorry, you don't have any Wi-Fi chip. So you need to interface a external Wi-Fi chip with Arduino. So for the purpose of automation and IoT. So wireless control, you can use Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, etc. You can create your own mobile applications which communicate through Bluetooth to Arduino, and then you can do it. And then comes the educational do-it-yourself project, DIY. DIY projects are basically do-it-yourself projects, so you can use for educational purposes also. So that's all. Thank you for listening us. Now we will go for the doubt session from the students.
There is one doubt in chat. So which version of C is supposed to be used? So this is not a typical C language. You have to download Arduino software from official website, and you can start coding from over there. They have done some changes in C language. They have modified. They have made this language more easier. You can use the software given by Arduino from their official website, and you can start with there.
C, there is no version of C basically.
Yeah.
C is a programming language itself, so there is no versions of C. There can be versions of the IDE in which you write the code. So that versions are basically they have new features in it, but C is itself a programming language C. So no, means there is no need of any version in C. So C and C++ are a bit powerful languages. So if you want to use the IDE, So IDE you can use Dev C++, which is a better IDE. There is other IDE to code blocks, but the black screen and the older means old
Actually,
computer graphics is a bit means is bit means it doesn't look good, so it's not interesting, so you can use Dev C++. Yes, Prathamesh.
there is one question. Can you please the line of code where actually codes were inbuilt
Okay.
in the Arduino software? There are certain examples, so you can get that over there. Right.
Prathamesh, means can you share the screen?
Yeah, sure.
So basically, Dhwaj Sharma. So what that code means line means that servo dot write, my servo dot write. I said that we have a means class named servo, and we have an object of that class which is my servo. So we use my servo dot attach and in round bracket 0, which tells that at pin number 0 your servo motor is attached, and then we have my servo dot write. So what that my servo dot write tells is that uh, means it's similar like digital write. My servo dot write is like digital write. So in this case we call that my servo dot write, means from my servo call the write function to write the code to your to write the signal to your servo motor. So that is basically we just give in a simple round bracket the angle that you want to rotate. Means suppose you want to rotate the servo motor with 90 degrees, so just simply write my servo dot write 90, means in round brackets. Then if you want to again bring it back to 0, change that 90 to 0, my servo dot write 0. Done. It's that simple.
I'll paste in the description.
Okay. Chat box. Okay, I will write. So already this is the Dev C++ ID. So I've commented it in the chat box. Okay, so Karthik has one question. Yes, we will share all the codes and the PPT with you. Don't worry about that. Actually, Karthik has one question. As per your statement, we can say ESP module is a higher version of Arduino, right? Basically, whatever work your Arduino does can be done by ESP module itself. ESP has an inbuilt Arduino in it. Only the thing is it doesn't have a analog pin. It has only one analog pin, whereas Arduino has 6 analog pins. So ESP can do the work of Arduino, and ESP can do the work of Arduino, but Arduino cannot do the work of ESP because ESP has a Wi-Fi chip inbuilt in it, and Arduino doesn't has it. So yes, you can say that ESP module is a higher version of Arduino. Next one is, can we write our code on software like Visual Studio, Atom, and then paste it in Arduino software?
Actually, it's quite hectic for you writing code in Visual Studio. It's easier to write in Arduino. Basically, I will prefer to do that. Write in Arduino, it's quite easier.
The answer is actually yes.
You can write in Visual Studio, but you will not get ready-made functions such as my servo. You can import the files and all this thing, but it's quite difficult. You need to copy the files into the environment and all this stuff.
Yes, so so in short, you actually cannot write the code in Visual Studio or not. You can write, but then you cannot use it for debugging. So what is a debugging? Yeah. That if there are some if there is something wrong in your code, the software will not tell you. You have to copy the code and then paste in Arduino IDE, and then you have to debug it. So that is a bit hectic. So and Arduino IDE is a very lightweight software, so you can use it. So next question: can't Python be used for programming? Yes, you can use Python, but whatever digital means whatever LED blinking code Prathamesh has shown you, that code uh, means can be done in only like means 4 to 5 lines, not even that, just means 4 lines. But in Python, it goes about means like 8 to 9 lines, sometimes 11 lines. So for Arduino, that is not preferred. You can prefer Python for Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, I can show you one demo. We have done one project.
Yes, we have one project that we have done on Raspberry Pi, and we can we can use the Arduino also in that, but currently we have used the Raspberry Pi only. So that is basically a robot assistant, a robo assistant. Its name is Polly. So yes, Prathamesh, you can play the video. So this was the homemade project. So don't go on its structure. The structure is quite the Prathamesh, the audio is not in. You need to turn on your go to your speaker settings and then turn it on. Till that time, we will have the doubts from the students. Yes. So the next question is there any limitation for number of external components that can be connected at a time? You can connect you can connect 14 digital these components and 6 analog components at a time to the Arduino. So you cannot go beyond this. If you want to go, then you have to have some another module which can do this for you. Means the pins are means you can extend the pins of your Arduino. But your microcontroller basically has only 28 pins, so it will do the work of that 28 pins only. Are there any more questions? What's the difference in Arduino and Raspberry Pi? Okay, this is the most asked question. So Arduino is basically a microcontroller, and Raspberry Pi is a microcontroller as well as a microprocessor. So you can replace your laptop with your Raspberry Pi, but you cannot replace your laptop with your Arduino. So all the work that your laptop does can be done by a Raspberry Pi, but not by a Arduino. So Raspberry Pi can be used as an Arduino as well as a laptop, but Arduino cannot be used as a Raspberry Pi. So you can interface your camera, and then there are many stuffs like mic and all to the Raspberry Pi. We have that video in that we have a mic which we have interfaced with the Raspberry Pi. We will have that demo soon.
I'll paste that video description. You can check over there.
Oh yes, you all can check out this video over here. Just a second, I will play it. Okay. Let's see if we can have. Yeah. Okay. Can you hear it? Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear it? Sorry.
No. It is not audible.
Okay, just a second. Some of them are able to hear it. Okay, just a second. Prathamesh, you can continue with the further doubts. I will solve the error. Okay, so means we will have to see that how to do it. I don't just remember it now. You have the means link of that project. We have posted it on LinkedIn, so you all can just go and see it over there. So any more further questions from your side? Okay. Okay, I think there are no questions. So, Prathamesh, do you have anything to say?
That's it.
Okay, fine. So, Bhargav,
Yes.
over to you. We are done. Thank you for listening us. It was a great experience.
Yeah, thank you, Messi, for